Um, and I will share it in my YouTube channel. And teman-teman nanti meeting ini akan di-record dan nanti saya akan share di YouTube. Cuma nanti saya mungkin akan ada edit-edit dulu in case kalau keplesetan ngomong sesuatu hal yang bersifat confidential, nanti pokoknya saya edit dulu. Nanti teman-teman yang ketinggalan bisa ngelihat di YouTube-nya, oke? Meanwhile, nanti Lubica akan mempresentasikan tentang Zyto Balance. Please, layarnya jangan dicoret-coret. Itu tadi barusan ada yang mencoret-coret. Somebody is writing on the screen, that's why it's got like a pen writing. Tolong untuk layarnya jangan dicoret-coret. Kalau kalian mau ada pertanyaan, langsung tulis aja di grup chat. Kita akan jawab ketika nanti setelah Lubica buka question answer. Okay? So, okay, Lubica, you can start your session.
Great. Thank you, Anita, very much, first of all, for organizing this and for having me. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you for your time. And I hope that this will be a valuable content, an introduction to Zyto Balance. As you can see, this class is part 1. So we are going to do really just an introduction, and then later on we'll have a part 2 with more details. And then I'll try to say my sentence is short in case you want to. Did you want to translate, Anita?
Yeah, sure. So
okay,
yeah.
Good.
So, ini adalah presentasi Zyto Balance yang pertama, kedepannya nanti akan ada Zyto Balance yang kedua, dan seterusnya. Jadi ini untuk basic banget, terutama buat teman-teman yang belum pernah pakai Zyto sebelumnya. Jadi Lubica akan jelasin apa itu Zyto, bagaimana cara kerjanya, dan kalian bisa bertanya hal yang paling basic sekalipun dalam part 1 ini. Nanti di part 2 kita akan go lebih advance. Oke.
Thank you. Okay, so here we have some pictures to start with, of course. These are pictures from some of our events where we had a chance to meet, and especially this one. I'm very happy to show you this one, the big picture here, because this is where some of your colleagues had a chance to meet Dr. Cook, the founder of Zyto Technologies. So I hope to be back in Indonesia soon and to have more of these pictures with all of you.
Ya, jadi ini adalah foto-foto kebersamaan kita. Yang sebelah kiri, Lubica datang ke acara Favoroils waktu itu namanya The Story. The Story was on 2017, right, Lubica?
I think so, yes.
Ya, 2017. Jadi Zyto menjadi bagian dari acara rally aku waktu itu. Dan dia datang bersama timnya dari Zyto International. Terus yang di sebelah kanan ini yang di paling tinggi, yang orangnya minimalis rambut itu adalah namanya Dr. Cook. Beliau he's the founder, right? The founder of Zyto, right? Ya, beliau adalah penemu dari Zyto. Ini aku bertemu dengan teman-teman juga, ada Vina, Yeni, Chester, dan Noe, dan ada Mbak Eva. Ini bersama dengan Dr. Cook di convention di Utah.
And also, we actually do have a plan to go to Jakarta, Indonesia very soon. Mm-hmm. Well, quite soon, in September. Right now, because of everything that is happening with the COVID-19, we are not announcing any plans right now. So unless this situation would get out of control, we should be in Indonesia in September. So my wish is that Dr. Cook will have a chance to go to Indonesia as well and meet you. Hopefully, I will keep you updated on this information.
Jadi Lubica dan timnya, hopefully Dr. Cook juga berencana untuk datang ke Indonesia. Sebenarnya initially planningnya itu adalah di bulan September, cuman karena ada virus corona ini ya mereka nggak bisa mengumumkan apakah mereka jadi datang atau enggak, atau plannya seperti apa. Jadi kita lihat aja nanti, mudah-mudahan ada kesempatannya untuk Lubica dan tim Zyto bisa datang ke Indonesia, Jakarta. Okay.
And also, for those of you that haven't met me yet, I wanted to introduce myself. So yes, my name is Lubica, and I've been working with Zyto for about 5 years. I enjoyed every minute of these 5 years. Being in this industry of wellness is very, very rewarding, and I recommend it to everyone. I hope that all of us can do this as our full-time job.
Ya, Lubica bekerja bersama Zyto itu udah selama 5 tahun dan dia sangat-sangat enjoy sama Zyto dan apapun yang dia lakukan, ketemu dengan orang-orang dan dia benar-benar happy berada di sini.
Okay, and let's take a look at what we are going to talk about today. So first, during part number 1, we would like to introduce Dr. Cook to you a little bit, the brain of all of this, and he is the one that created this whole technology.
Oke, yang part 1 hari ini kita akan kenalan dulu sama Dr. Cook yang membuat Zyto karena beliau adalah orang di balik, beliau adalah otak dari semua yang ada di balik dari Zyto teknologi ini.
In the part 2, I want to take you to Zyto software and Zyto balance reports. So we'll spend time just looking at different reports, different types of results that you can get with Zyto, and how to understand them.
Oke, yang part 2, which is nanti, nggak hari ini, kita akan benar-benar go in depth ya, lebih dalam lagi, cara membaca Zyto reports, terus bahas detail demi detail dari Zyto, and also the advanced report, right, Lubica? Dan advanced report, yeah.
And then at the end, there will be time to announce a very special promotion, which I am so happy to have approved for all of you by our directors. So we will talk about that at the end, and there will also be time for questions, for your questions. So feel free to send those to chat now, and then we'll answer them at the end.
Oke, jadi ini juga bakal ada promotion untuk Zyto-nya, dan juga ada referral program, dan juga tanya jawab. Kalian nanti kalau mau tanya silakan tulis aja di kolom chat, nanti akan dijawab di akhir acara.
Dr. Cook, who is the founder and basically creator of this technology, is an expert on energy medicine, and that is what Zyto is about. Dr. Cook himself, he really enjoys to explore more about how to bring Western and Eastern medicine together, and Zyto is an example of that, bringing Western and Eastern medicine together.
Oke, Dr. Cook ini memang berfokus di energy medicine ya, jadi bisa dibilang apa ya, pengobatan dengan metode energi gitu, dan beliau sangat tertarik dengan pengobatan secara Western ya, atau conventional medicine, atau holistic ya, bisa dibilang seperti itu. Ya.
Holistic, yes, that's the word.
Yeah, I remember he told me that.
Oh, really?
He likes that. Yeah, that's why when I see Zyto, itulah kenapa ketika aku lihat Zyto itu it's very like conventional and medicine and holistic is like merged together when we see the balance from both sides actually.
Yes,
yeah,
that's 100% correct. And besides of all of this expertise of Dr. Cook, he is a very inspirational and very knowledgeable person to be with. So every time I meet him, I learn something new, something that improves my life. So I really, as I said, I really hope he will be in Jakarta soon for our event, and that you all will have a chance to meet him.
Ya, Dr. Cook sepanjang yang Lubica kenal itu sangat memberikan inspirasi. Ketika tiap kali ngomong sama dia tuh kayaknya terinspirasi banget, dan it's true, Lubica. I met him once and I cried, right? You remember? Ya, aku pernah ketemu sama Dr. Cook waktu itu yang di convention. Terus aku kayak tiba-tiba burst aja gitu, bisa kayak keluar air mata. Emang his energy is so big, and I think he's a very positive person. Ya, dia orang yang sangat positif dan sangat menginspirasi banget. Mudah-mudahan kita bisa ketemu dia di bulan September di Jakarta.
Now let's take a look at the hand cradle, the hardware of this wonderful technology. This is how it looks like.
Nah, jadi ini adalah hand cradle-nya, dibilangnya tuh yang bentuknya kayak tangan Iron Man itu adalah hand cradle namanya.
So the hand cradle is designed for you to put your hand on, and what it does is that it measures galvanic skin response of your skin, which is an electric conductivity of your skin.
Jadi kita kalau misalnya lagi mengeskan Zyto, kita tinggal taruh tangan kita di atas hand cradle ini dan dia mengatur konduktivitas energi kita dari kulit yang bekerjanya itu seperti lie detector atau penguji kebohongan ya. Jadi kalau misalnya orang kan di tes lie detector juga sama dengan alat seperti ini.
To tell you a little bit more about the hardware, because that is a key component of this technology, it is cleared by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and it's actually the only device of this type which is cleared by the FDA, and it's safe for you to use as well as for your children, for babies, even for people with cardio stimulator or pregnant women.
Oke, ini udah di-approve oleh FDA, aman dan tidak akan menyakiti pemakainya. Jadi aman untuk ibu hamil, anak-anak, menyusui, siapapun bisa menggunakan Zyto scan ini.
The design, as you can see, is for your hand to put on, but that is only because your hand has the most of. Your hand is the easiest to measure when we measure the galvanic skin response, and it's the best part on your body. But the truth is that you can actually put it on your belly or basically on any place on your body with the skin, and you can run a Zyto scan.
Oke, jadi tangan adalah bagian yang paling gampang untuk menghantarkan tadi energi lewat konduktivitas kulit itu, tapi sebenarnya nggak cuma tangan, jadi kita juga bisa ditaruh di perut, di punggung, atau dimanapun bagian kulit kita. Jadi biasanya tuh kalau misalnya anak bayi mau di-scan, itu kan tangannya kan nggak cukup tuh di scanner itu karena gede. Lubica, do you have things that the hand pedal on your hands right now? I wanna see how big it is.
Give me just a second, I'm gonna show you.
Jadi gedenya lumayan segede tangan kita, sedangkan tangan bayi kan kecil banget tuh ya. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian pengen lakuin Zyto scan pada bayi, kalian bisa taruh di perutnya atau di punggungnya. Nah biasanya kita cuma tempelin aja. Nah itu seperti itu hand cradle-nya.
Here it is.
Ya. Yeah.
Yes, so this is it. This is the hardware that we use, and yes, I put my hand on it. But recently, one of our users in Indonesia actually sent us a picture of her baby. I think it was her baby, sleeping, and she was running a Zyto scan with the hand cradle on the baby's belly, I believe, or the back. I'm not sure. And yeah, such a cute picture. So it's very easy to use.
Ya, jadi kemarin ada yang kirim foto dia lagi mengescan Zyto untuk bayinya itu dengan menempelkan di perut atau di punggung.
Good, and now let's take a look at what happens during a Zyto scan, because a lot of the users are just familiar with the beautiful reports that they work with, but it is good to know what happens before these reports are displayed. You know, where does the information come from?
Oke, jadi kita hari ini mau belajar gimana sih cara kerja Zyto itu, terus informasi di reportnya itu datangnya dari mana ya? Oke.
So when we start a Zyto scan, the first step is we want to identify your range. In other words, your range is your normal response. And when we know your normal response, we can then compare this normal response to other responses of different parts of your body, and we can see whether those parts are responding normally or a little bit unusually.
Oke, jadi kalau misalnya ketika kita scan, yang pertama kali dinilai adalah range-nya kita dulu. Range kita itu adalah, nanti kalau di gambar report itu adalah lingkaran yang berbentuk bulat, warnanya biru. Nah, itu adalah lingkaran penentu di mana tubuh kita itu dalam keadaan normal. Normalnya itu adalah range-nya seperti itu. Nah, jadi pas ketika kita scan, Zyto itu akan mengidentify, akan menentukan range normal kita pada saat ini tuh berapa gitu, seberapa.
Therefore, the step number 2 is a stressor scan. So this part you can imagine as a questionnaire, really. We send your body questions and your body gives us responses. For example, we ask your body, how is your kidney doing? And your body can respond, it is doing okay. Or your body can respond, well, it's doing kind of okay, but I'm not sure, it's not normal. So that would be the type of response that we would pay attention to.
Oke, yang kedua adalah stressor scan, di mana cara bekerjanya adalah seperti mengirimkan kuesioner kepada sistem tubuh kita. Tapi dia itu bekerjanya secara unconscious mind atau alam bawah sadar, sehingga kita nggak bisa membohongi si Zyto scan ini ketika dia mengirimkan kuesioner. Jadi kita nggak menjawab dengan mulut ataupun dengan kedipan mata, ataupun meskipun kita maksudin di dalam hati untuk nggak menjawab yang sebenarnya, tapi ya anyway, dia mengescan itu adalah alam bawah sadar kita. Jadi kalau ketika dia nanya gimana kidney kamu atau ginjal kamu hari ini, oke enggak? Nah ketika dia stres, kita nggak bisa tuh bilang kamu oke-okein dong. Nah terus hasilnya jadi oke gitu, nggak bisa. Jadi dia akan menjawab sesuai dengan keadaan yang sebenarnya, yaitu lewat energi jawabannya. Dikembalikan energinya ke si Zyto scan hand cradles-nya ini lagi.
So this kind of response we identify as a stress in energy, and so therefore those body parts that respond with the stress we call them stressors. Jadi
yang di scan adalah stressors-nya dan sesuatu yang maksudnya energi levelnya dan apakah organ tersebut dalam keadaan stres atau enggak gitu.
And nobody likes the stress, right? So we don't want any stress in our body, and that is why the third part of the scan is the balancer scan. We want to get rid of all of that stress that we identified in the stressors.
Oke, yang ketiga adalah balancer scan. Jadi gimana caranya supaya kita menyingkirkan si stres itu, apa yang harus kita lakukan. Nah itu ada di scan yang ketiga.
So we take every single young living oil or a supplement and we send it to your body in a form of a frequency. And then we can identify your body's responses, and we can see which oils and supplements would help you get rid of that stress in energy.
Oke, jadi di situ mereka itu mengirimkan data frekuensi. Jadi kan semua oil dan suplemennya yang living itu kan memiliki frekuensi because they are living plants ya. Jadi dari frekuensi itu mereka mengirimkan dan melihat apakah oil yang tepat untuk mengatasi stres yang ada di scan 2 tadi.
And when all of this is done, we come up with a report that will tell you which oils will help you get rid of the stress, and also which biomarkers parts of your body responded with some level of stress.
Oke, jadi ini adalah report yang akan muncul. Jadi oil apa yang kita butuhin untuk mengembalikan titik-titik merah yang stres itu balik ke dalam lingkaran supaya jadi nggak stres lagi. Dan biomarkersnya itu adalah jumlah jadi misalnya bilang biomarkers out of range-nya itu adalah 83, berarti ya saat ini dalam keadaan stres itu ada 83 points lah, kurang lebih seperti itu. Dan ketika itu di bawahnya ada orange, tulisannya 43, berarti dengan kita memakai orange, berarti kita lagi membalancing si 83 titik di luar itu bisa balik ke dalam lingkaran in the range itu sejumlah 43 titik. Gitu. Nanti detailsnya di bawah ya. Kalau ada pertanyaan tulis aja di chat. Okay.
The way your clients will see the Zyto scan is it's a help for them to help them identify which oils to use to help them feel better. So it will take the hard part of, guessing out of the way to get the right oils for your clients.
Oke, jadi orang yang kita Zytoin akan memiliki pandangan lebih clear oil apa atau suplemen apa yang dia butuhkan sesuai dengan kondisi dia saat itu.
And the way that the system will help you as the user is that when you look at this kind of responses, you can see which areas, the red ones, need more attention. And so then you can ask your client about those areas, and together you can work on those out of range areas, and overall it will just improve your conversation with the client and move it to a more advanced or professional level, I would say.
Oke, jadi biasanya akan keluar report, ini rangkuman seperti ini. Nah, kita itu biasanya akan bekerja pada yang levelnya merah atau yang keluar dari range yang di sebelah kanan. Jadi kita mau fokus di hal-hal yang perlu kita improve, yang perlu kita perbaiki. By the way, Lubica, is the participants is limit to 100 only? Or have you added more?
So it might be 100 only.
Oh,
yes, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Because I wasn't able to add more.
Right.
Do we have more that would like to join in?
I think so, yeah. Some people are just messaging me.
Oh.
I cannot join.
Well, hopefully it will be okay for them to watch the YouTube video. And for the next class, I will make sure that we fix this.
Okay. Yep. Ya, jadi sorry kepotong. Jadi yang kita mau fix itu adalah yang merah-merah yang we gonna fix the red, the yellow and the red one, right? Lubica, for this one. Ya, jadi yang kita mau fix itu biasanya kita mau concern di hal-hal yang di luar range sehingga mereka bisa focusing untuk balikin range ini jadi ikutin lebih banyak yang hijaunya gitu. Okay. Yeah, next.
Okay, so that was just a screenshot, but let me show you. Let me show you the software and the reports. Can everyone see the software now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So what you can see now, this is the Zyto Balance software. It's quite easy to work with, and I already did a scan to save us time, and this is the report. This is one of the reports that we will discuss today.
Ya, ini adalah report yang akan kita diskusiin hari ini.
This one is called the wellness report. But if I would click on select report, it gives me a list of all of these different reports. We will also look at the advanced reports today, and those two contains most of the information. So those two will be enough for today. And next class we will look at even more details.
Oke, untuk kelas basic yang ini kita akan lihat yang wellness report dulu. Sebenarnya ada beberapa macam report, ada yang advanced report and tips juga. Cuman ini akan kita bahas di meeting yang selanjutnya ya, advanced yang part 2 ya, di part yang kedua. Yeah.
So on the wellness report, what you can see first of all is this page with all these little green and red dots, and these are the biomarkers that we scanned. Altogether, there are 172 biomarkers. Oke,
jadi untuk lebih gampangnya kayak Zyto itu memberikan kuesioner sebanyak 172 kuesioner ya, kalau misalnya aku bisa kayak supaya kalian gampang ngertiinnya, dan 172 itu adalah biomarkersnya ya. Jadi kalau kalian lihat di sebelah kiri, nah itu ada biomarkers nih ya, itu 172 titik. Okay.
Do you remember the first part of a scan? It was to identify the range, your normal response. So this circle here, this is the range, this is the normal response, and we want the responses to be as close as possible to your normal response.
Nah, jadi yang lingkaran yang itu, yang hitam ya, kalau di situ hitam itu adalah range-nya. Itu adalah hal pertama yang di-identify sama Zyto. Jadi seberapa sih range-nya? Kamu tuh normal pada saat ini ya. Nah, kalau di sana ada nomor angkanya tuh 5,87. Nah, itulah si lingkaran yang hitam itu.
But some of them, as you can see, the red ones are far away from your normal response, and that's why we will focus on those to bring them back to normal, back to the circle.
Oke, jadi yang titik-titik merah itu yang keluar jauh dari normal range kalian, dan kita pengen mengembalikan si titik-titik merah itu balik ke dalam range ini.
So as I promised, there is always a way to balance that stress in your body, right? And so here is a list of the oils that would help you do that. The first one, the baseline, that is just the same picture as on the page number 1. That's not an oil, but we start with the peppermint essential oil. which I believe all of us has. So I'm really lucky.
Ya, jadi kalau kalian lihat itu ada 85 titik yang out of range, itu yang merah ya dalam keadaan stres. Dan yang pertama oil yang paling kita butuhkan itu adalah peppermint. Nah, peppermint itu bisa membawa kembali titik dari yang out of range itu sebanyak 32 titik. Tuh lumayan banyak ya, udah hampir separohnya dibawa balik sama peppermint. Jadi ketika kita pakai peppermint, banyak dari organ tubuh kita ini yang akan terbantu untuk kembali ke keadaan normal dari keadaan stresnya. Oke.
So it says that if I would take this oil, it would help me move 32 out of 82 out of range biomarkers back to normal.
Ya, jadi ketika kita memakai peppermint itu akan membawa kembali 32 titik dari 85 titik yang out of range tadi itu.
If I would use peppermint and vetiver essential oil, I would get rid of 32 plus 29 out of range biomarkers and move them back to normal.
Oke, jadi kalau kita pakai peppermint sama vetiver, kita akan membawa kembali titik yang nggak balance itu, yang stres itu dari sebanyak 32 tambah 29 titik.
If I add the third one, then I would help additional 10 biomarkers to go back to normal. And this is how it goes all the way until the end of the list, where you can see that there is just only one biomarker left outside of range.
Oke, jadi kalau kita pakai semuanya, ya semakin sedikitlah si yang stres yang tertinggal di luar dari range yang ada tersebut. Ya, jadi semakin
So
baik.
this is very simple. These are the oils that you can recommend your clients to use. It's easier for them to have something on the paper as a response of your body, and then you can show your client descriptions of these oils so they can learn about what are the ingredients, how to use them, and so on.
Ya, jadi ini adalah tools yang bagus banget untuk kita bisa punya kayak bukti tertulis ya, apa sih yang mereka butuhin oilnya, terus ada juga kandungannya, terus cara pakainya, terus fungsinya buat apa, kayak di situ peppermint tulisannya untuk energizing sama digestive support, terus ada lagi di bawahnya itu ada 100% pure therapeutic grade peppermint leaf oil kayak gitu-gitu ya. Cara pakai di diffuse atau di inhale atau gimana gitu. Itu ada tertulis di situ.
Okay, so sorry and thank you. Thank you for translating, Anita. It must be so difficult. So the balancer part is actually over. It's very simple to interpret, but what about the stressors, right?
Yeah.
When we scroll down, we get to the 4 core body systems. And their responses.
Oke, ketika kita turun ke bawah itu ada 4 core body system dan level of stress-nya ya.
So this page, the 4 core body systems, this is the most important page of the entire report because it's an overview of the entire report.
Oke, ini adalah halaman yang paling penting dari semua report ini karena ini adalah rangkuman dari kondisi tubuh kita. Ini adalah yang paling penting ya, rangkumannya.
So the rest of the report is all about details on each one of these systems and areas. For example, details on detoxification system or immune system. But first, we need to identify which areas to focus on, right? Because we don't want to focus on something that is responding normally. We only want to focus on something that is responding, unusually.
Oke, jadi yang kita mau fokus adalah di hal-hal yang nggak berespon dengan normal, which is yang tadi itu, yang merah-merah inilah yang kita mau fokus, kita mau cari tahu penyebab stresnya itu apa.
And so that is why this is my favorite page because it's very simple. You look at the page and you can identify within a few seconds, okay, what are my priorities to improve? Number 1, gastrointestinal system. Number 2, immune system, which is really not the best right now when I'm thinking about this. And number 3, emotional stress. And just like that, I have 3 priorities to focus on, and I don't have to care about the other ones because they are close to my normal response. So, they're under control right now.
Oke, jadi kita mau fokus sama hal-hal yang kelihatan jelas banget out of control, itu adalah pencernaannya, sistem pencernaan atau gastrointestinal system, sama immune system. Nah itu kalau udah merah banget tuh tandanya kalian benar-benar harus pay attention di sana, dan benar-benar harus gali dan cari tahu itu kenapa kayak gitu. Nah terus ada sama mental emotional stressnya. Nah untuk hal-hal yang hijau ataupun yang kuning lewat hijau dikit gitu, itu kalian nggak perlu terlalu ngebahas karena itu masih under control karena itu dekat dengan range. Jadi kalian fokus sama hal-hal yang benar-benar merah aja. Gitu. Oke.
So when you are talking to your client, at this point, you can just tell them, okay, your gastrointestinal system and immune system is out of range. Can you think of why? And then this will be the first question to start the conversation. And sometimes your customers will tell you, oh yes, that made complete sense. I had a really unhealthy diet for the last week, and so it makes sense that my gastrointestinal system is out of range. And that's of course connected to your immunity, but sometimes your clients may not understand why is it out of range.
Oke, kita kalau misalnya lagi sama klien yang kita Zytoin, kita tuh kalau pas lagi lihat kayak gini, kita harus bertanya, kira-kira kamu tahu nggak kenapa sih pencernaan kamu ini merah? Apa yang kamu rasakan di pencernaan kamu? Terus kira-kira gimana makanannya atau stresnya atau gimana? Apakah ada gimana gitu. Jadi instead of kita karena Zyto ini tidak untuk mendiagnosa, dia kalau misalnya keadaannya merah bukan berarti dia ada penyakit di pencernaannya gitu ya. Right, Lubica, Zyto is not for diagnosing any disease. So we shouldn't give a statement or anything like that, but we should ask questions to our clients, right?
Exactly, yes. That's actually what I was going to say, but you're one step ahead of me, which is great. It's very clear that you did a lot of training. So yes, always ask questions.
Zyto itu tidak untuk mendiagnosa apa-apa, jadi kalian harus tanya kenapa ini merah gitu. Nah terus untuk immune system juga kira-kira kliennya tahu nggak? Nah seringkali klien tuh nggak langsung tahu, tapi setelah nanti kalian kayak go through reportnya gitu dan kalian benar-benar maksudnya butuh waktu untuk orang tuh bisa menyadari gitu, iya ya ternyata mungkin pencernaan aku nggak baik karena ini gitu. Nah biarkan klien itu menyebutkan sendiri apa sih yang membuat dia stres gitu. Okay.
And sometimes maybe you will run into customers who are not that familiar with Eastern type of medicine and energy medicine, and when you tell them this is not a diagnosis, it's just for you to consider what you may want to improve, they will not understand it and they will feel skeptic about this. But that's okay, because it's maybe not the right time for them to look at their body on an energy level. But for you, it's always good to stick to that, to ask questions, because you don't want to put yourself into any diagnosis type of position.
Yeah. So, wait, how do I translate it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jadi dia bilang pokoknya kasih pertanyaan, jangan mengeluarkan statement apapun yang membuat kamu menjadi orang yang mendiagnosa seseorang lewat Zyto ini. Jadi ini penting banget. Nah kadang-kadang memang ada orang yang skeptis atau bilang kayak enggak, gue kayak nggak ngerasa kayak gitu. Nah itu wajar banget. Aku juga sepanjang aku nge-Zytoin orang ada juga yang seperti itu. But at the end they accepted, ya mereka menerima dan mereka butuh waktu aja untuk mengakui bahwa mereka merasakan hal tersebut. Menurut aku ya dari yang ini. So Lubica, what I'm saying is based on my experience, what I see is when people skeptical at first, but after I read it all of the reports that are out of range, they can accept it at the end because it's exactly how they feel, especially on the emotion. So when we talk about emotion, then they realize that, I think that's true. What you say from the very beginning is true. It's just that I'm not at the level of accepting it yet at first, but at the end they will, ya jadi aku tuh bilang seringkali ya ketika kita bacain Zyto reportnya itu pas di emosi itu biasanya mereka baru kena karena emosi itu adalah sesuatu hal yang mereka rasakan benar-benar. Sedangkan kalau misalnya sistem tubuh itu mereka tuh kadang-kadang nggak merasa gitu, mereka mungkin nggak merasa discomfort atau apa gitu, tapi kalau emosi itu mereka dengan sadar mereka merasakan itu. Jadi memang butuh waktu dan tiap orang beda-beda. Okay, sorry I'm going too far.
No, that's good. I think experiences from people who use this in real life with their clients, just like you, are the most valuable part of this presentation, actually.
Thank
really.
you.
So thank you. Okay, so we identified our priorities: gastrointestinal, immune system, and emotional system. Now let's take a closer look at these three.
Ya, mari kita lihat lebih dalam di 3 body system yang merah itu aja, oke? Okay?
I can skip the systems that are not priorities for me because, they're under control. But gastrointestinal was a priority. So each one of these systems is going to be structured the same way. There are just going to be different biomarkers displayed and different values. But there is always a description, and there is always a list of stressors related to gastrointestinal system.
Jadi kita lihat di gastro karena ini yang mau kita benerin. Terus di situ akan ada deskripsi dari hal-hal yang membuat gastrointestinal system kita tuh stres. Dan ada juga value, ya which is yang angka-angka di situ yang ada min 20,83 itu merupakan angka dia bilang, Lubica bilangnya adalah value, right Lubica? Yeah, the value is minus 20.83, that one, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. So here you can already see that the stressors for gastrointestinal system are, for example, minerals, viruses, toxins, bacteria, food stressors, additives, vitamins. But we can also see digestive enzymes. I don't see, stomach here. So organs you can find here. You can find emotions here. And that is because what we have to understand when working with Zyto is that all of these things relate to one another. It's not only just one thing that we have to improve. We have to improve the whole area, the gastrointestinal area, not just stomach, for example.
Oke, jadi ketika kita ngelihat Zyto gastrointestinal system stressors ini, itu kan ada banyak hal tuh, ada mycotoxin, mineral, virus, ada food stress additive, bakteri, segala macam gitu-gitu, termasuk mental emotional stress, terus ada esophagus juga. Jadi penyebab stresnya itu nggak cuma satu, dia ada banyak dan saling berkaitan satu sama lain.
And don't worry, you are not going to be trying to figure out how to improve this area by yourself. The great thing is that under each one of these systems, there is a list of oils that would improve the area for your client. So if your client's priority is gastrointestinal system, I would definitely recommend for them to take the oils that would improve their gastrointestinal system.
Oke, jadi kita nggak usah khawatir benahin satu persatu, tapi udah ada oilnya di sana yang bisa nolong. Nah itu langsung kelihatan ya, oil yang paling tinggi itu adalah peppermint yang bisa nolong untuk balancing stressors yang ada di gastrointestinal system ini.
But again, you can consider these stressors here again just like reasons for you to ask questions about. You can ask your client questions about viruses and vitamins, or maybe right now don't ask about viruses. That's not a good idea right now. Just ask about vitamins and minerals, and maybe your client maybe that will be a reminder for your client. Okay, I really have not been using a lot of vitamins lately. Maybe I should work on that more. Or minerals, maybe that is an area that I completely forgot about and I have to improve that. So it doesn't mean that those areas are completely bad or something is happening there. It just means that they might need some attention from you.
Oke, jadi itu yang penyebab stres yang di sebelah kiri itu adalah kesempatan kalian untuk bertanya pertanyaan kepada klien kalian gitu. Jadi kayak misalnya mycotoxin itu kan adalah jamur. Sebenarnya kalian bisa, kalau aku yang aku lakukan adalah aku Google, aku cari tahu apa itu mycotoxin, terus kira-kira penyebabnya dari mana gitu. Jadi kita bisa gali sama-sama dengan klien itu, kenapa sih mycotoxin ini tuh merah banget gitu? Apakah ada biasanya di mana jamurnya, apakah di pernapasan, apakah di pencernaan atau apa gitu kan. Nah, terus misalnya mineral atau virus, bakteri, nah itu kita mesti kayak kita tuh tanya ke dia gitu, kira-kira kamu tahu nggak sih kenapa mineral kamu ini merah? Gimana, apakah kamu, jadi dia tuh nggak bilang area ini tuh jelek banget atau parah lagi sakit atau parah banget gitu, enggak. Cuman it's just that kita harus bisa lebih kontrol lagi aja gitu supaya pencernaan kita lebih sehat seperti itu.
I'm scrolling down to my priority number 2, which was immune system.
Nah, ini prioritas yang keduanya adalah immune system.
So the structure of this page is the same as you can see, but of course we have some of the stressors for immune system are different, and some of them are the same. And especially those that repeat on several pages, I would pay attention to.
Oke, jadi beberapa hal yang membuat stres si immune system ini kelihatannya ada repeat ya, dari yang di atas tuh ada virus, bakteri, terus gastro juga, jadi otomatis ini saling berkaitan nih si immune systemnya sama si gastronya tadi gitu kan. Nah, mental emotional stressnya juga ngulang lagi. Jadi kalau misalnya udah diulang beberapa kali itu benar-benar harus diperhatiin banget itu datangnya dari mana kira-kira. Nah, itu kita harus perbaiki banget dalam lifestyle-nya. Dan oil yang bisa bantu itu ada di bawahnya juga sih, for itu.
What is very interesting for me is to see that emotional stress is an out-of-range stressor on both of these. And it is also my favorite part to talk to people about because it helps people to understand the importance of taking care of their emotional side more. Because often people think, okay, I'm just gonna exercise and eat healthy and do everything to be well on the physical side. But if their emotions are not feeling well, then that's not enough.
Ya, jadi mental emotional stress ini memang hal yang sangat menarik untuk dibahas karena banyak orang yang mencoba untuk menjadi sehat hanya dengan memperhatikan fisikalnya doang, mau makan lebih sehat, olahraga lebih sehat gitu, tapi seringkali mereka mengabaikan yang namanya mental emotional stress. Nah, ini adalah pembicaraan yang sangat menarik. Memang di Zyto, I agree with you Lubica, that this is very interesting. Dan sometimes for me, mental, jadi bisa aku bisa mengkategorikan kalau misalnya pengalaman aku berzaito jadi dua, ada yang orang stres secara fisik itu karena mentalnya duluan yang stres, atau orang yang stresnya itu karena fisiknya itu mengalami keluhan sehingga mentally dia juga stres gitu. Jadi benar-benar saling berkaitan banget sih si mental health ini sama keseluruhan kesehatan di tubuhnya gitu.
So let's scroll down and see the emotional stress. I'm really curious to see what's going on there. Okay, emotional stress. Of course, a lot of the stressors that affect emotional stress and that are out of range are hormones. That is very typical for me because my hormonal system is generally not completely balanced, and so very often those emotions and hormones inside of me are like, connected to one another.
Yeah. Jadi,
and then,
sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so di situ penyebab si mental emotional stressors-nya itu kelihatannya banyak hormon ya, ada serotonin, kortisol, adrenalin, thyroid gitu. Itu tuh di situ ada ada hormonal endocrine system juga, dan hormon itu sangat berkaitan dengan emotion. Jadi ketika hormonnya dia nggak balance itu secara emosi juga pasti banyak mengalami stresnya nih, gitu kelihatannya seperti itu.
And that is why we highlight the importance of asking your client questions, because for me, when I look at the report, it makes complete sense. Like, why are these hormones out of range and they affect the emotional stress? But if you run a scan for your client, and especially for the first time, you have nowhere to know that unless you ask your client about it.
Nah, jadi ini report ini penting banget tuh kalian selalu bertanya pertanyaan sama klien kalian gitu, karena kalian tuh kan nggak kenal sama klien kalian dan kalian juga nggak tahu kan apa yang terjadi di dalam tubuhnya dia gitu. Jadi penting banget untuk selalu bertanya pertanyaan kepada klien.
And the most interesting part of, I think, of the entire report is the emotional stressors. So here we can see the emotions and their responses in the order of the most out of range to the least out of range. It's interesting that my first one is exhausted, because after our class, I'm going to take some time off and just relax. That's what I was looking forward. And then we have other emotions here: helpless, fear, greed, frustrated, blame. So again, these are the emotions that you can ask your client about. Sorry, I forgot. I need to give you time for translating. I will continue then.
Ya, jadi itu adalah emosi yang bikin dia stres tuh, exhausted, helpless, ya takut. Nah, ini adalah emosi-emosi yang perasaan-perasaan yang membuat dia stres.
And sometimes your clients will understand that immediately why these emotions are out of range. Sometimes not. And it's good to remind your clients that we are scanning, what we are measuring is your subconscious level. So you don't have to be aware of all that is happening, on your subconscious level, but it is happening in your energy. Okay. So that's a good thing to remind your clients when they are not experienced with energy medicine.
Oke, ini hal yang perlu diingetin kepada klien kalian bahwa mungkin perasaan-perasaan ini tuh dia nggak rasain, tapi ini yang terjadi di dalam dia karena seperti yang tadi aku ngomong di pertama, ini kan mesinnya scan-nya secara unconscious mind ya gitu, jadi di dalam alam bawah sadar gitu. Tapi inilah yang sebenarnya terjadi dan kita bisa kasih tahu ke klien juga tentang hal tersebut.
So for me, it makes complete sense, helpless and fear. Right now, with everything that is happening with the virus, that is exactly how I feel, helpless and scared. But, there is nothing that I can do. That's why I'm helpless.
Yeah,
but
you can
there definitely are oils.
You can put some peppermint and vetiver.
Right. Oh, right now I don't have any in my office. I have purification for making my air clean.
Okay, just use it.
But I will definitely use some.
Just use it with faith.
With faith?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good part of it, that you can always recommend these oils to your clients in case they are not sure how to balance that emotion that is out of range, because it may not be a simple and quick process. It can take a longer time, but that's the first step, to realize that the emotion is out of range. And then when you realize that, you can start working on it.
Ya, ini adalah report yang sangat bagus ya untuk bikin orang tuh aware gitu bahwa ini loh yang terjadi sama diri dia, dan ini emosi yang terjadi gitu. Jadi ya ini bagus banget untuk bikin orang aware apa yang sebenarnya terjadi dalam diri dia.
Okay, one last thing in this report I want to show you is services. This is really just a bonus. Like, there is already so much, but even with that, you can do more. You can recommend services to your client. So these are the services that I responded most positively to, and you can create a database of almost 300 services available in the system.
Oke, jadi ini adalah service yang dianjurkan untuk klien itu bisa back to normal ya dari dia punya stresnya. Nah, ini kita bisa atur nih si services ini. Bahkan ada raindrop technique ya, Lubica, they have a raindrop technique in the glossary.
Yes, there is raindrop. It's not in my list, but it's available.
Ya, kita bisa pilih-pilih sendiri service apa yang kita mau rekomendasikan untuk keluar di di reportnya nanti.
And then I have a completely different class only about how to use this in your marketing, how you can cooperate with businesses around you that offer these services, and then you can refer your clients to them. So yes, that's for another discussion, but we can get there.
Oke, nanti kita akan berdiskusi lebih jauh lagi tentang service ini ya.
Okay, and now let's take a look at the advanced report. It is also very interesting, very different than the wellness one, but interesting to look at.
Oke, kita mau lihat ke advanced report. Ini beda banget sama yang wellness, tapi kita pengen lihat ya.
So while the wellness report is all about the 4 core body systems, the advanced one is about organs, teeth, vertebrae, and meridians. But the beginning is the same as in your wellness report, so I'm just going to skip the beginning.
Ya, jadi yang di scan, yang kelihatan nanti reportnya itu ada tulang belakang, ada gigi, ada Chinese meridian, sama what is one more?
Teeth, vertebrae.
Vertebrae, ya vertebrae. Nah ini organ biomarkers also interesting. Ini kita bisa melihat organ apa kita yang lagi stres saat ini.
So first list of biomarkers that we start with are organs. In the wellness report, you may have noticed that we only showed the biomarkers that are out of range. Here we show you all of them, those that are in range and those that are out of range.
Ya, jadi di situ kelihatan tuh organ yang lagi normal range-nya atau yang lagi out of range ya, lagi merah.
This is the range, the red line here.
Ya, so, yang itu adalah range kita.
Mammary glands are out of range.
Mammary glands itu keluar dari range, terus sama
pituitary gland as well.
Ya.
So there are only a couple. The next part is vertebrae. Especially if there are people who are chiropractors, they love this part. This is their favorite part.
Jadi untuk chiropractor ini adalah halaman paling favoritnya ya.
But when I run scans, 90% of the people have their lower back out of range. But as you can see, there are quite many. This is very important area to look at. And then the next part are teeth.
Ya, tadi kalau yang bagian tulang belakangnya, banyak kliennya memang punya keluhan di bagian tulang belakang, tulang duduknya. Nah, biasanya itu warnanya merah gitu. Jadi, itu juga penting untuk diperhatikan. Yang selanjutnya adalah gigi.
And a lot of the time people are surprised that we have teeth here, and they're like, okay, does that mean that I have a cavity in that tooth and I should, I don't know, get rid of it or something? No, it's not about the actual tooth, it's more about the energy field of that tooth, which can be related to something else, and we can help you identify that as well.
Oke, jadi ini yang gigi ini bukan berarti giginya itu sakit, tapi tentang energi yang terkait dengan organ, terus yang berkaitan dengan gigi tersebut dan juga secara energetically berkaitan. Jadi bukan berarti ada bolong atau ada sakit atau apa ya kalau misalnya warnanya merah gitu. Tapi secara energi mungkin berkaitan dengan gigi tersebut, energinya itu dalam keadaan stres gitu. Nah, ini adalah vektor.
In the software, I can click on the vectors table. And here, when I click on the tooth, and I can obviously click on the tooth that is out of range, I can see how is it related to meridians. I mean, which meridians are related to this, which part of the vertebrae, and which organs.
Jadi yang tadi yang gigi itu contohnya misalnya gigi yang merah itu T2, jadi kita bisa klik di T2-nya, apa kaitannya si T2 ini terhadap tulang belakang kita dan terhadap organ dan juga terhadap Chinese meridian-nya.
So that's just the tool to help you see those connections, but to be completely honest with you, in the field of wellness and medicine, whether it is Eastern or Western, there is no way to stop learning. We have to learn all the time. So all these connections and how our body works, that is something that we have to learn all the time. But this is just a helpful tool.
Ya, ini menurut aku sih ini interesting banget. Jadi buat aku belajar bahwa gila ya ternyata tubuh kita ini semua berkaitan dari gigi, tulang belakang, organ sampai ke titik-titik energi dalam tubuh kita tuh seluruh tubuh tuh berkaitan. Kamu bayangin lihat aja tuh kayak cuman gigi T2 doang tapi ke tulang belakangnya ada 3 yang berkaitan, terus organnya 3, terus Chinese meridiannya lihat aja tuh hampir seluruh tubuh ya. Jadi ya ini adalah media buat aku, kalau buat aku pribadi dan tadi Lubica bilang juga media untuk belajar, untuk learning bahwa sebegini loh tubuh kita ini, makanya kita harus jaga wellness itu overall ya gitu, nggak cuma 1-2 hal doang gitu. Jadi kita never stop learning ya guys.
Never stop learning. And when I go back to the report, the last part here are meridians.
Jadi ini
so, again, just a very interesting information.
Ini adalah traditional Chinese meridian biomarkers yang sangat interesting banget.
It's a lot of information, and you don't have to know all of it. You can choose the areas that you feel the most comfortable with to discuss, and you can choose the reports that cover those areas. So you don't have to show your clients responses of their meridians or vertebrae if you don't want to discuss it.
Ya, jadi kalian nggak perlu memperlihatkan semua ini kepada klien kalian kalau kalian nggak menguasai. Tapi kalau misalnya just to know aja ya oke. Tapi memang biasanya untuk klien-klien sih aku nggak memperlihatkan ini semua karena terlalu complicated, nanti kliennya jadi bingung. Kalau tadi kan yang di depan yang wellness itu kan sangat to the point gitu ya, maksudnya itu pun sebenarnya juga udah bingung sih awalnya gitu, nah, ditambahin yang advance lagi nanti tambah bingung. Cuman ini good to know aja dan kalian nggak ada keharusan untuk memperlihatkan ini semua ke klien kalian.
Anita, how are we doing on time? Is it still, because time flies, I know.
It's okay, we still have time. It's just 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah. I sometimes cannot stop talking. You have to say, Lubica, stop, go to the point.
Okay.
Stop talking.
I think we should start answering some question. Do we have any time limit, Lubica? Is it or no?
I don't. I just don't want to keep you guys longer than you wanted to be here.
We have to make use of you today.
Oh, I'm here for you. So as long as you want to ask your questions and be here, I'm happy to.
Okay, shall we go to the questions first? I think they have a lot of questions here.
Yes, okay. Let's go to the questions. And then I have a few more slides for you, but let's go to the questions first. That's a good idea.
Because that will ruin our our mind, by giving us promotion.
That's true. Chat. Okay, I'm now looking at it.
Okay. Dari Redmi, how many times do we need to do the Zyto scan? Berapa kali kita perlu melakukan Zyto scan?
Good question. What we recommend is once a month. But if you want to do it more often, totally fine. Actually, right now with the coronavirus, my boss told me, you're going to do your scan every week, okay? And it's fine. But we don't recommend to do it more often than, earlier than 48 hours.
Oke, jadi yang direkomend biasanya adalah sebulan sekali. Tapi kalau dalam zaman virus kayak gini, lebih baik scan often, kayak seminggu sekali. Tapi kalau misalnya kalian pengen lebih sering juga nggak apa-apa, tapi tidak kurang dari 48 jam. Yep. Next, itu kan ada yang hijau dan merah, kadang-kadang ada yang nggak keluar, jadi kosong aja, itu kenapa ya? Lubica, so there is a green and red, and sometimes it's empty. Why?
Oh, okay. So that's a great question. We are going to cover this more into details on our next class. But to give you a quick response, it is when we ask a question and your body is not giving us any kind of response, which happens sometimes, then there will be no response. And you don't have to pay a lot of attention to this. it is unusual, but what we pay attention to are out-of-range responses.
Jadi,
So that would be my answer, but for our next class, we will discuss this into more details.
Oke, jadi hal ini kita bakalan berdiskusi di part 2 yang lebih detail, lebih teknis. Tapi untuk kasih jawaban yang cepat, itu 0 itu bisa keluar kalau Zyto mengirimkan kuesioner dan tubuh kalian itu nggak ngejawab. Jadi jawabannya adalah 0. Nah, kita nggak perlu, kalau menurut Lubica, kita nggak perlu memusatkan perhatian di yang 0, tapi kita terus pusatin perhatian ke yang out of range, yang merah. Okay. Can we get the presentation file later? Yes?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I believe we will also have the recording of this one.
Ya, nanti saya rekam. Ini udah saya rekam, nanti saya akan share di YouTube. Terus, can Zyto detect COVID-19? That's a good question from Pak Hengki.
That's a great question. So, because we are not diagnosing, it is not something that Zyto would detect. As you can see, we do have a category which is called viruses, and that category can be out of range or in range, but still, because it's not a diagnosing tool, then it's not going to tell you if you are positive or negative on COVID-19. But what we highly recommend is to just work on your immunity these days, and Zyto can be super helpful to help you identify what areas of the immunity to work on.
Oke, jadi karena Zyto bukan untuk mendiagnosa penyakit, jadi dia tidak bisa mendetek COVID-19, tapi lebih focusing aja penggunaan Zyto ini untuk meningkatkan immune system kalian. Jadi kalau misalnya immune systemnya merah, nah itu dilihat kenapa, apa yang buat merah, dan kita gimana caranya supaya immune system kita itu tetap di hijau ya, tetap di in range. Yes, I agree with you, because we actually cannot fight this virus. They are unseen, but we can build our immunity as our benteng, as our guard for ourselves, because our immunity will fight them.
Exactly. Yes, I think there is no better way to avoid it than just building your immunity.
True. Agree with you. So the result could be good if the color is green. More green is best, right? Isn't it?
Good question. So more green is if it is more green, it means it's closer to the range. But basically, everything that is within the range, so from 0 all the way up to the range, it means that it is normal. So we don't have to pay attention to it, it's under control. But whether it is closer to the range or closer to 0, it doesn't really play any role. Okay. So if it is more green or less green, it doesn't play a role when interpreting the report.
Ya, jadi waktu kalian menerjemahkan report, kalian nggak usah pusingin apakah itu light green or dark green atau apa green. Pokoknya kalian fokusin aja sama yang merah dan gimana caranya memperbaiki si merah itu. Right, to fix the red and just ignore whatever green it is, right? Just concentrate in fixing the red. Jadi konsentrasiin di membenahi yang out of range yang merah itu.
Yeah, it's just like when they are taking your blood sample and they are doing some tests, and then the results come back in, and you will see that the nurse will tell you, okay, so everything is in normal, in normal values, except of the iron. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you're going to pay attention to? Are you going to pay attention to those that are in normal values? No, because those are under control. You're going to pay attention to the iron, and in the Zyto report, that would be the red biomarker.
Oke, jadi sama aja kayak kalian lagi tes darah, terus misalnya susternya bilang semuanya bagus kecuali ironnya nih merah gitu kan, kekurangan magnesium gitu misalnya, atau pokoknya kekurangan vitamin D atau apa. Nah, kalian kan pasti akan fokusnya ya di bagaimana caranya meningkatkan vitamin D itu kan. Kalian nggak akan cari tahu apa sih yang bagus-bagus ini gitu, karena semuanya masih under control dan dalam keadaan yang normal, yang balance gitu. Oke. Next question. Biomarkers for women is 172, while for men is 171. What is one biomarkers different?
This is my favorite question because I often get this question. when I have events or something, and then it happened before that there was a woman in the audience and she would respond instead of me, she would say, a brain is the missing biomarker. But no, it's actually, it's funny, right? It's actually the memory glands. Memory glands.
Memory gland, kelenjar mama. Kelenjar mamal. Kelenjar mamal. Yeah. Can we say boobs? No,
Boobs?
different. Boobs.
Oh, boobs. Well, yes. That's the difference. That's the missing biomarker.
Boobs, terus rahim gitu ya, yang cuma dimiliki perempuan dan gak dimiliki laki-laki. Gitu, mammary glands namanya. Terus dari Lin, apakah Zyto dipastikan tidak mengalami error sistem? Pernahkah tidak tepat prediksinya? Okay, is Zyto can guarantee that it never have error in their system? So, is Zyto is always correct? That's the simplest way. Is Zyto is always correct, the prediction?
It is always correct. It is displaying the actual responses of your body's energy right now. And when you understand the energy medicine, then you know that the energy, the responses that you see in the reports are 100% correct. But that doesn't mean that if you would run this scan in, let's say, 2 hours, the responses would be the same. Because with the energy which is changing constantly, it affects your energy. Everything around you affects your energy, even the fact that you just had a scan. So it wouldn't be the same, but what you see every time is correct. If you are going to run many scans in a short period of time, which we actually don't recommend, then always consider the first scan and the first report to be the one that gives you the most true result.
Jadi kalau menurut Lubica selalu tepat prediksinya, bukan prediksi ya, hasilnya selalu tepat. Dan kalau misalnya kamu scan, jadi energi itu sangat gampang banget berubah. Jadi ketika kamu scan sekarang sama 5 menit kemudian itu hasilnya akan beda. Dan kalau misalnya kamu scan berkali-kali, pokoknya selalu refer di scanan yang pertama gitu. Lubica, I think I ever sent you a report that looks funny, right? Like a lot of zeros and just look funny. I think I've sent you a couple of them, right? What do you think about that?
Yes. So it did happen a few times that a client would send us a report that looks really interesting and funny. And for example, there would be a lot of zeros. So a lot of zero responses. And what Dr. Cook found out when he did some testing is that he found out that when your laptop is connected to, is charging, when the charger is plugged in, then this can affect the results in the way that there would be a lot of zero responses. And that's why we recommend to have your laptop not charging at the time when you're running scans. But when this happens, this is like 1 in a million. I don't know, like really not a lot.
Oke, jadi biasanya errornya paling yang ada, kalau dari pengalaman aku ada banyak 0. Nah itu biasanya disebabkan laptopnya lagi di charge, jadinya mempengaruhi itu. Jadi kalau bisa kalian kalau ingin Zyto scan, laptopnya itu jangan lagi di charge. Oke. Terus, how long?
And if anything like this would ever happen, just send it to us so we can submit it to our development team and they can find out. Because it's definitely not supposed to happen to anyone.
Oke, jadi kalau kalian punya report yang lucu atau yang kayak aneh gitu menurut kalian bisa kirim ke Lubica dan mereka akan analyze kenapa reportnya seperti itu, karena seharusnya itu nggak terjadi. Terus, how long do we need to test someone with the Zyto scan until we know the result? Maksudnya berapa lama kita mesti, maksudnya ngetesnya itu berapa lama gitu ya, sekitar 5-7 menit doang, dipegang itunya, apa namanya, scan hand cradle-nya cuma 5 menit sampai 7 menit the most, terus langsung keluar resultnya. Terus apa artinya jika hasil Zyto virus merah? So what is the meaning of Zyto of virus is red in the report?
Mm-hmm. So you can consider it as a category that would represent virus. How to explain that? Just like when there is a category, let's say vitamins, there can be many different vitamins, and when it is responding out of range, it means that when we ask your body about vitamins, it is responding unusually. So most likely you should just look at whether your body needs more vitamins, or if you're taking
Too much vitamin.
You're taking the good brand of vitamins, and like how much and how often and everything that can be related to vitamins. And it is the same with viruses. So when we ask your body about viruses and it's out of range, then it means that your body is experiencing some level of stress just when we ask that question. But again, there is no conclusion behind it, whether it means, that you have a virus or anything like that.
Jadi si Zyto scan ini menanyakan kepada tubuh kita kayak tentang virus misalnya gitu ya. Terus tubuh kita berespon gimana ya, how to say ya. I understand what you mean, but I hard to explain in my Bahasa language how to say. Can you explain it again in a simple way so I can think about it?
Yes, I can try. And sorry, that was a long response.
Yeah.
I guess the most important part is to remember that when something is out of range, it doesn't mean that you are sick, or it doesn't mean that you are healthy. It doesn't mean anything that you should make a conclusion out of. What it means is that there is an energy stress in that area.
Jadi kalau misalnya lihat sesuatu yang merah itu bukan berarti kamu sakit atau kamu tuh kenapa-napa terhadap hal tersebut, tapi itu cuma dibahas secara energi, respon dari tubuh kamu ketika ditanyakan tentang hal itu tuh out of range gitu. Nggak maksudnya stress gitu ya, stress, right, Lubica, when they ask about this energetically, ask about the virus, and then the response is stress, like that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Kayak gitu. Jadinya itu secara energetically, jadi dia nggak menyimpulkan apapun, dia nggak menyimpulkan bahwa ada virus kayak di badan kita atau apa, tapi ketika mereka mengirimkan pertanyaan, kuesioner tentang virus ke body system kita, jawabannya adalah ya dalam keadaan yang stres tentang hal tersebut. Yeah, it makes sense.
For our next class, sorry.
Kenapa? Sorry, what is it?
I was just going to say that for our next class, we are going to look more into details of what can be causing a body stress in energy. So I actually have different theories that I'm going to explain of why a response can be out of range. So we are going to look more into details next class, but this is more like an introduction.
Oke, di kelas selanjutnya bakalan di-explain kenapa itu bisa merah, terus kira-kira hal-hal apa yang memberikan potensi itu di dalam report itu terjadi hal ini. Jadi lebih advance ya nanti di kelas yang selanjutnya di level 2. Oke. Very challenging to translate ya.
I know.
I think if we have a Zyto scan and yang living, we don't need to go to the doctor. Oh my gosh. Because misal salah satunya emosional kita, bolehkah kita Zyto setiap hari? No, tadi udah dijawab, Zyto itu nggak bisa setiap hari, minimal 2 kali 24, jadi 2 kali 24 jam, 48 jam, 2 hari, jedain 2 hari. So Lubica, what is the risk of scanning Zyto too often?
There is no risk. The only reason is that when you scan someone, let's say twice in the same day or within 48 hours, the results are not going to be the same, because that is how energy medicine works. And when the results are not the same, sometimes people get confused. But when you understand how it works, then it will make total sense to you, why the results are not the same. So that's the only reason.
Jadi kalau misalnya kamu scan terlalu sering, kamu akan bingung nanti pakai oilnya yang mana, karena kan kamu kan baru jeda 2 hari gitu. Kalau dari emang sih benar kata Lubica. Jadi kalau misalnya kalau aku pribadi, aku cuma scan tuh sebulan sekali, kecuali aku dalam keadaan yang kayak sekarang nih misalnya banyak challenge, terus aku pengen lihat keadaan badan aku, pikiran aku, emosi aku scan mungkin sekitar seminggu sekali, 2 minggu sekali, tapi aku nggak scan setiap hari. Karena aku jadinya bingung, misalnya aku direkomend pakai oil peppermint vetiver, atau kayak gitu, 2 hari kemudian aku direkomend oil yang lain karena energiku berbeda gitu kan ya. Nah itu aku nggak rekomend sih, jadi aku lebih mendingan si peppermint vetiver itu aku rutinin dulu selama 2 minggu mungkin. Setelah 2 minggu aku cek lagi how's my body, is there any improvement atau apa, nanti baru pakai oil yang direkomend lagi gitu. Terus
I would also mention one example that we use to explain this, and it's a very good one, easy to understand. So imagine that someone fires firecrackers next to you. If this happens for the first time without you knowing, it's gonna be a shock to you and to your body and to your energy system, everything. So your first reaction when this happens for the first one can be that you jump and run away and be like, what happened? If this is going to happen to you 10 minutes after the same thing, you're already going to be like, like scared, but feel like, okay, well, what are you doing? And then if this happens in 15 minutes again, you're just going to be annoyed and just telling your friend, okay, stop doing that. I really don't like it. And all 3 of these reactions are correct and true, but they are affected by what's going on in time.
Oke, jadi perumpamaannya tuh kayak kita dengar petasan, misalnya kayak sekarang ada petasan gitu, jeder gitu kan. Nah itu kan kita kan pasti ada responnya, kita loncat, kita kaget, kita kabur, atau kita teriak gitu kan. Nah itu adalah respon yang jujur gitu ya, maksudnya yang genuine lah at first gitu kan. Nah tapi ketika itu terjadi 15 menit lagi terjadi hal yang sama, ledakan yang sama lagi, terus kita mungkin responnya kayak oke, kaget, tapi ya gue udah pernah kaget kayak gitu, jadi responnya akan lebih kayak mungkin setengah shock lah gitu kan. Tapi ketika 15 menit lagi ada kayak gitu lagi, kita mungkin udah mulai merasa terganggu kan, nih kayak apa-apaan sih gitu, terus malah responnya jadi nggak se-genuine yang pertama tadi gitu. Jadi makanya itu Zyto itu sama seperti itu, karena dia itu melemparkan kuesioner secara energi ke badan kita gitu kan. Jadi nggak direkomend untuk lakukan sesering itu gitu. Oke, next, apakah tinggi rendahnya range itu sangat berpengaruh? Karena untuk beberapa klien anak-anak yang range-nya sampai di atas 100, ada juga klien dewasa yang range-nya sampai 100. Apakah ada ukuran berapa batas range yang normal dalam keadaan seimbang? Oke, is the value in the range is important. Like for example, there is a case the range is above 100, or there's a adult also above 100, or is there any certain range that is normal, certain numbers or value that is normal for the balanced body? And for balance,
there is not. There is no range that would be normal and no range that would be not normal. And that's why at the beginning of every scan, we run the first part of a scan is to identify your range at this moment of time. Because we don't want to be like, this is good and this is black, this is bad, black and white. No, we want to see what is your response right now, what is the normal response, and based on that, we will see whether whether your biomarkers are responding normally or unusually. So don't worry about the range number.
Jadi nggak ada yang range yang bagus atau range yang jelek. Because last time we heard that if it's above 100, somebody is under stress, or what? You remember we ever heard about that?
It doesn't really mean that somebody is under stress, but I can give you my experience to maybe better understand the range. So first thing is that you will notice that a lot of children have higher range, just because their body is the dynamic is so much faster, and it's different than the normal response for us, but that is normal. The second thing that I noticed is that when we are at conventions, for example, almost every single person that we run a scan with, their range is over 100. And still, it's completely normal considering everything that is happening around them. Because when you're at the convention, there is a lot going on, thousands of people around you, new information, and new presentations, everything is happening all at once. So your body is trying to respond to everything happening, and it is more dynamic as well. So it really doesn't matter, but there are some factors that affect the range.
Oke, jadi nggak ada masalah ya, nggak menentukan kalau misalnya 100 di atas 100 itu baik atau jelek, itu nggak ada. Jadi range itu benar-benar tergantung sama kondisi diri kita sendiri, gitu. If the stressors 0, udah ya. What is Chinese meridian, Lubica?
Meridians are the energy pathways in your energy system. So just like chakras, maybe kind of points, meridians are more of pathways. So I would recommend to just Google some basic definition, and there is definitely a lot to learn about when it comes to traditional Chinese medicine, but they are just energetic, energetic pathways, I would call them.
Yeah. Jadi
flow, exactly.
Chinese meridian itu kayak energy flow di dalam tubuh kita. Jadi kalau misalnya aku tuh kayak kemarin, kalau misalnya aku puntur, aku suka scan Zyto scan dulu diri aku, dan aku suka kasih lihat Chinese meridiannya itu ke dokter akupuntur aku. Jadi untuk dia ngelihat kayak energy flow aku yang lagi stres itu di mana. Jadi biasanya dia akan working on. So I'm sharing the result of the Chinese meridian with my acupuncture doctor for him to see what are the energy flow that is under stress or which is red, and he can work on something for that. Gitu. Jadinya kalau dari dokter akupuntur aku sih dia lumayan ini ya, maksudnya pas dilihat Chinese meridiannya misalnya governing meridiannya yang merah gitu. Nah, nanti dia bisa tuh tusuk-tusukin di area-area yang bisa support untuk meningkatkan energy flow di area-area tersebut. Jadi untuk itu Chinese meridian itu kamu juga bisa Google sih pengertiannya apa ya. Terus what is the meaning of minus and positive and negative in the area of value?
I can see that some of you guys are one step ahead of us. So this is something that we are going to discuss more into details next week. But yes, you may have noticed that in the Zyto report, some of the responses are minus and some of them are plus, so positive or negative. But really in the stressor scan, it doesn't matter if it is positive or negative, because the thing is that your range, when it says that the range is 6.89, so let's say 7, the reality is that the range is actually from -7 all the way up to +7. So everything that is in between of these two is in range, and everything that is outside is out of range. But with the balance system and interpretation, the minus and plus do not play a big role in the result.
Oke, jadi kalau misalnya range kamu 7, berarti mulai dari -7 sampai dengan angka 7 itu dia akan in the range. Jadi di luar angka 7 sama di bawah -7 itu dia akan kategorinya out of range. Tapi untuk membaca resultnya Zyto ini, angka positif dan negatif itu tidak mengartikan apa-apa. Jadi nggak mengartikan kekurangan atau kelebihan, enggak. Tapi dia secara energi dia hanya mengambil result gitu ya, ini lagi out of range atau in the range gitu. So the numbers doesn't mean anything when we read the result, right, Lubica?
Sorry, say again.
The number doesn't mean anything when we read the result.
It does mean something. So the higher the number is, the more out of range the response is, but that is regardless of whether there is plus or minus sign before the number. You just want to look at the numbers as an absolute values. So that means no minus, no plus, and the higher it is, the more of a priority this is for you.
Oke, jadi Tapi but the minus or the plus doesn't mean we are lack of it or we are more of it, right?
Correct. It doesn't mean that.
Ya, itu jadi nggak berarti seperti itu. Apakah misalnya vitamins, for example, vitamins is minus, it doesn't mean we have lack vitamins or we have too much vitamins, right?
That's correct. It doesn't mean that.
Jadi itu nggak berarti gimana aja, itu nggak berarti kita tuh bisa menerjemahkan ini sebagai kita kekurangan vitamin atau kita kelebihan vitamin, tapi itu akan cuma menerjemahkan bahwa segala sesuatu yang di luar angka-angka tersebut tadi itu adalah out of range gitu. Nah, semakin tinggi bedanya sama angka, ini kan 6,89, jadi begitu dia minus 18, nah itu makin tinggi bedanya, dia makin merah gitu loh, makin tinggi bedanya dari range-nya. Okay.
You can also see numbers next to the names of the products, and also the higher the number, the more of a positive response you have to that product.
Jadi di bawahnya, so maybe you can go to that the number.
Yes. So that's the easiest to see that is in the wellness report when we look at an area, for example, gastrointestinal system. Let me find that. Okay, here we go. So this is the detoxification system balancers, and you can see that there are the numbers next to the oils. Right? So the higher the number, the more recommended the oil is for you because the more of a positive response that is.
Jadi semakin tinggi nomor yang di sebelah kiri di sebelah oilnya, itu semakin bisa membawa ke balance ya ini. And then for the second, like Dreamcatcher and then Raven, is it means like if we don't have then Dreamcatcher, we can use Raven, or we have to use both of them, or what?
So ideal would be to use both of them, but if you don't have the first one, I would at least use the second one. It works more as a combination, but both of these you have a very positive response to.
Oke, jadinya ini bisa diartikan kalian paling perlu adalah Dreamcatcher. Setelah itu kalian bisa pakai Raven kalau memang pengen lebih bagus lagi. Tapi bisa juga dijadikan option kalau nggak punya Dreamcatcher ya bisa pakai Raven. Oke, next question. Kadang ada yang nggak kedetek, artinya apa? Udah ya tadi ya, karena begitu dikirimkan pertanyaan, tubuh kita itu nggak merespon. Jadi that's why jawabannya 0. Terus aku pernah coba tes 3 kali dan waktu berdekatan, like 30 menitan gitu, hasilnya totally different. Itu juga udah pernah dijelasin karena yang dites adalah energinya. Ya, jadi meskipun dalam waktu 30 menit pun, itu pun energi kita bisa berubah. Dan yang kayak tadi petasan itu ya udah baru 30 menit yang lalu ditanyain, terus ditanyain lagi ya pasti jawabannya berubah-berubah antara 1, 2, dan 3. So I'm just trying to answer this one because it's already answered before, so I'm just gonna highlight that. And then kadang hasil out of range dengan in the range itu nggak sama dengan total biomarkers. Itu kenapa ya? Maksudnya out of range dan in the range, oh do you mean the total? Sometimes the result of out of range and in the range is not the same with total biomarkers. Why is that so?
Really?
I never
That is a surprise to me, but
so maybe 87 plus 85 is not equals to 172. Is it what you're maksudnya gitu ya Mbak G ya? 287 tambah 85 itu nggak sama dengan 172 ya? Kalau emang kayak gitu, maybe she can send the report to you, Lubica?
Yes, please do, because this should not happen.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I have an answer to your question because this I haven't heard of, but yes, please send me the report.
Ya, nanti dikirim ke Lubica ya, reportnya, karena itu lucu, aku juga belum pernah. Terus, the report is not available in Bahasa Indonesia, Lubica?
So, that is correct. It is not available yet,
Yet,
Um,
belum available, guys.
but I don't want to give you any special dates or any exact information, but I can promise you that something is happening.
Wait, let's wait and see.
Wait and
I
see.
hope that you guys are working on it, okay? Because we have difficulties, you know. kita susah ya ngejelasin dalam bahasa Inggris ya, teman-teman. Right. Okay, Lubica, I hope you can see it soon happen. Ketika aku Zyto saat autoimun hasil berbeda ketika autoimun tidak peradangan. Apakah Zyto bisa tidak tepat ketika autoimun peradangan? So this lady here asking that if she doing Zyto scan when she has an autoimmune inflammations is different when she doesn't have any inflammation. Is the Zyto not correct when the autoimmune system having inflammation? That's what she's asking.
It is still correct. Yes. No matter what type of condition you have, you can still run a scan and it's going to be correct. Sometimes people who have a specific disease, let's say, and especially people with cancer, they often, when they run a scan, the first thing that they would look at is whether they will see the cancer in the results. You know, and when they do, they're kind of happy with the results, and when they don't, they're surprised and skeptic. And my answer to that is that we are, you know, they cannot forget that we are scanning energy level, and your body is dealing with so much on that level other than the cancer. Cancer is not the only thing happening to you. You may have a I don't know, a cough, or maybe you have a headache going on because you had a stressful day. There is a lot happening in your system, and the results are going to show you which one of these areas are your priorities to focus on right now. It doesn't mean that the cancer is not there. It just doesn't go into that level if it is not a priority for you at that very moment.
That's a very long thing to explain, Lubica. You forgot that you got.
I'm so sorry. I need to get better. When I get into my, you know, thought processes, then I forget that it needs to be translated.
Yeah. Intinya Zyto itu nge-scan dan selalu benar ya dalam kondisi apapun kamu. Dan peradangan di autoimun itu bukan satu-satunya hal yang terjadi di dalam diri kamu. Jadi Zyto itu nggak melihat hal itu doang. Dia melihat secara keseluruhan, dan jangan lupa yang di-scan adalah energinya, bukan penyakitnya. Kayak contohnya tadi dia bilang ada klien yang punya sakit kanker. Dia berharap melihat kanker itu ada di dalam report gitu kan ya, whatever things gitu. Terus tapi orang kalau misalnya ngelihat dia jadi takut, kalau orang nggak ngelihat dia jadi skeptik gitu. Jadi Zyto karena dia itu pemikirannya salah, bahwa Zyto ini tidak mendiagnosa orang punya penyakit apa, tapi dia lebih ke energetically memberitahu kita saat ini at this moment itu apa sih yang menjadi prioritas untuk kita benahi, seperti itu secara energi. Okay. Yeah, I conclude it that way. I hope it's true.
Thank you.
Is the organ biomarkers that show by Zyto really related to the molecular biomarkers? Which means if we had medical checkup to see the biomarker in red area, will the results show the same like shown by Zyto?
So it may, but it may not. It's just like with the teeth. When I mentioned with the teeth, it's not the actual tooth that we are scanning, it's the energy around it, it's the energy field. And it's the same with everything that we are scanning. It's the energy field of that area that we are scanning.
Jadi balik lagi, nggak cuman, jadi sama kayak tadi yang scan gigi itu, jadi nggak cuman kita tuh lihat giginya gitu, tapi segala sesuatu energi yang berkaitan dengan si gigi tersebut, which is ya connected ke organ, ke tulang belakang, kemana-mana gitu. Nah jadi it may and it may not, kata Lubica ya. Jadi mungkin iya, mungkin enggak.
The last thing we want to do is that when you see that, for example, the tooth is out of range, then you're gonna go see your dentist and have the tooth removed. Because maybe maybe the tooth is perfectly healthy. But what I would recommend is that when you run a scan with your client on let's say on a monthly basis, and you would see the same exact biomarker coming up as an out of range every time, I would consider to have it checked with your medical doctor.
Oke, jadi misalnya kalian nge-scan terus kalian ngelihat di bagian gigi atau di bagian hal lain yang keluar terus-menerus selama beberapa kali scan, mungkin kalian bisa cek dengan dokter kalian. Alright. There is always a reference oil at the end of the scan, and my question is, what happens if we not continue with the oil? If it's getting worse, is there any other way to fix it?
There is always reference oil.
What does it mean? Maksudnya gimana tuh?
If I understand correctly, the question is, if somebody does not follow the report and won't use the oils, whether that area would get worse than it is right now, or I would say more out of range than it is right now. Maybe the body will find a way to improve that area by itself. But to me, this question is similar to if I don't exercise, and I know it is important for me to do some exercises and do some activities, but if I don't, am I going to have worse back issues than I have right now? Well, most likely. It's more, with the Zyto is the same. It's more like a prevention to get actual issues. So it really, don't look at the areas that are out of range as the areas that there is a disease or something. Look at them as that's your opportunity to improve your wellness if you improve those areas.
Jadi jangan lihat si out of range-nya itu sebagai penyakit kita, tapi sebagai area yang kita mesti improve setiap harinya. Gitu. Oke. Mamikos, ini aku cepet ya, soalnya udah jam, now is almost 9:30. Oke, aku cepet. Yang tadi udah aku baca, aku nggak bacain lagi. Oke, Zyto is valid for medical, for what do I say? Like for allergy, kids with allergy, or with special needs children. What do you think?
Yes, you can scan kids with special needs or kids with allergies. It is safe for them.
Yeah, it is safe for them. And also, I just remember that Zyto also have food scan, right? You guys have
yes.
food scan. Zyto juga punya food scan. Jadi yang terdekat ada sama Ci Esther Mas Tana. Nanti kalau misalnya mau, aku bisa kasih kontaknya. Nanti tolong japri aku aja. Kamu bisa bawa anak kamu ke untuk scan Zyto food scan with Esther. Karena dia punya software untuk itu dan dia punya sekolah dengan anak-anaknya banyak yang mengalami special needs gitu. Jadi you can try Zyto food scan sama Chester ya untuk anaknya. Terus Zyto aman untuk ibu hamil, aman banget. Berapa lama waktu pengiriman ke Indonesia kalau kita beli Zyto? How long does it take to come to Indonesia?
It takes 2 to 5 business days.
2 to 5 business day. But if it's locked down, I'm not sure. Hopefully, no problem.
That's what I'm thinking right now because, with the virus and everything happening, I'm not sure how it will affect. We are still shipping packages and everything is delivered okay. But, I'm not sure whether governments will change the law again or what's going to happen. If nothing will happen that should affect it, then it takes 2 to 5 business days. If there will be a problem, just let us know, and we will make sure that you will have the hand cradle, but we have to consider the
Yes,
situation.
and now what is the price? And is there any promotion for people who stay here until now? There are 71 from the total 100 more. We're gonna give
Oh, wow.
our loyal people here.
That's a good number. Thank you. Thank you all very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what is the price first? The price of the package for this system, the package that includes the hardware, so the hand cradle, the software, and your license, the price is $399 US.
Yeah.
And then there is also a monthly subscription fee of $50 US. So with this fee, you have your license. It keeps your license active. It gives you all of the unlimited scanning, all of the training with our coaches, the tech support, customer service, all the updates, whether it is related to the software or to Young Living product library. So all of that is included in the monthly fee.
Oke, harganya 400 lah ya, 39. Is it including the shipping fee, Lubica?
No, the shipping is on top of it, but we will get to the promotion.
Okay.
That will tell you a bit more about shipping. Just one more thing I want to say about the subscription is that there is no commitment. So if you want to take a break from using the technology, you can deactivate the system and reactivate it anytime. Okay, and for the promotion, which I'm so happy that I got this approved for you guys from our directors. So we have several things available for the promotion, and this promotion is going to be available to you only. It's not something that we would have available publicly. So to you or people who you want to refer to Zyto until the end of this month. So you have time to think or to discuss this with your colleagues. Sometimes people want to share the system with their colleague, and that's totally fine. You can share it with your friend. You just cannot use it at the same time at 2 different computers. So only at 1 computer at a time. But other than that, it's fine.
Oke, jadi cradle-nya itu bisa ditambahin kalau dengan 1 license, kalian bisa pakai di 2 tempat yang berbeda dengan 2 komputer yang berbeda, tapi nggak bisa pada waktu yang bersamaan. Yeah.
So for the promotion, the first month will be free of charge. That's point number 1. Point number 2, free shipping to all of you, which normally is $17 USD. Point number 3, that's very interesting, is a $50 rebate or refund, which will be sent to your PayPal account afterwards. And also for those of you who would like a 3 installment plan, we can offer a 3 installment plan for your order. So instead of paying all at once, it can be divided.
Bisa bayar langsung bisa bayar 3 bulan cicilan. Kena bea cukai nggak ya? Is it got the tax, including the tax? Have you ever?
Yes, everything is included, so there is no tax on top of it.
To Indonesia also ya. I think if people buy 2 cradles, if I'm not wrong, then it got bea cukai deh. Kayaknya kena bea cukai kalau beli 2. Kalau beli 1 doang. Yeah, if you buy only 1, I don't think.
Might be. If that is the case, then if you want to buy 2 hand cradles, just let us know and we will ship them in 2 different packages.
Iya, dibedain ya. Mungkin teman-teman ada yang pernah nggak sih? Aku soalnya kalau beli Zyto ini langsung waktu itu di Amerika, jadi aku bawa pulang langsung. Nah kalau yang udah pernah dan kirim ke Indonesia, apakah kena bea cukai ya? Aku not sure, aku mesti tanya. I'm gonna make sure with people who buy from when they got the Zyto, because normally I get directly from you, right? How much is the hand cradle only, Lubica?
The hand cradle only is $225 US.
$225 US. Got free shipping as well?
Yes, if you buy it with your order, it will be. If you buy it by the end of the March, it will be free shipping.
Oh, belinya sampai end of March itu free shipping. Terus, karena custom ya, have to pay custom, dia nggak bakal tahu sih. Aku mesti tanya nanti ya sama teman-teman yang udah beli di sini. Soalnya kayaknya ada perubahan angka deh di customnya itu. Nanti aku cek. I will let you guys know di grup BBC, oke? Okay?
I remember that a couple of years ago, it was quite complicated to ship hand cradles to Indonesia, but now it is much better. So I would especially ask people who purchased recently, because we recently haven't heard any problems with hand cradles being shipped. And also, what's important to know is that the invoice that is attached to the package that we ship, it's only for $50 US. And we make this to make sure that if the customs will want to charge the customs fee or the tax, it's not going to be very high.
Okay.
Okay, so that's for the promotion. If you are wondering how you can place your order,
somebody answered that from Bandin. Nah waktu itu kena 80 ribuan kalau nggak salah. Dia cukainya Pak Pos nganter ke rumah, nyampenya super cepet banget. So they got like 80 ribu tuh berarti berapa US sih? $5 US only the custom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's fine. Yep.
That should be okay. I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
So if you are wondering how you can place your order, this is how the purchasing form looks like. So if you're interested, just let me know. This is my email address here. And then I can send you an online purchasing form that you fill out. So we just need your contact details and your card details that you want to pay with. We don't need the CVC code and your signature. And that's all. And then when we process the order, we charge your card for the total amount. And then we ship the hand cradle to you and send you all the information about how to get started to your email address. So then you can get started as soon as you receive the hand cradle. But even in the meantime, you can start with your online training, which I highly recommend to do.
Ya, jadi nanti teman-teman ini adalah online formnya, kalian bisa isi kalau kalian mau beli, tinggal email ke Lubica aja. Terus nanti untuk training-trainingnya semua akan berbentuk online, cuma memang dalam bahasa Inggris ya guys, tidak ada translatean seperti ini. Ya, jadi maybe Lubica, if we have many purchases, you will provide translation in Bahasa for your webinar.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so I'm just thinking, how can we do this? One thing that you all can use is that we have our online training videos available on YouTube, and you can watch them with subtitles in Bahasa. Yeah. That's one way. But also, that's a great idea. I think we can do a webinar that would be fully translated to Bahasa, and it would be like a detailed training on everything. That's a great idea. Yeah. I'm going to write that down.
Thank you.
For my notes.
And then?
Okay, so this is for the order. Okay, one more program that I would like you to get familiar with is our referral program. So regardless of whether you own a Zyto system or not, you can refer your colleagues and your friends to Zyto. And for each person that you refer to Zyto, you are going to get $100 US. Yeah. So whenever somebody places an order, we just ask you who referred you to Zyto, and then you tell us the name. They tell us the name of their friend or someone who referred them, and then we send them the bonus.
Oke, Zyto juga punya bonus referral. Kalau teman-teman mereferensikan teman kamu untuk beli Zyto, kamu bisa dapetin $100 referral bonus. Biasanya ini masuk dalam bentuknya PayPal, ya, di PayPal, from PayPal, right, Lubica? Ya, dari PayPal masuknya, gitu. Alright.
And also, if there is someone you want to refer, they can also avail of the same promotion that I just introduced. So you can let them know. Perfect. And one more surprise that I would like to let you know about is that, as I mentioned several times, we are going to have a class number 2 that will be about more details of Zyto balance, so more details on interpretation. And we would like to have a contest for those of you that will stick with us and attend even the second class.
Oke, jadi bakalan ada kelas kedua yang lebih advance lagi ngebahas cara membaca reportnya, dan di situ bakalan ada kayak kontes gitu buat ada satu orang pemenang yang bakalan dapetin free cradles dan 1 bulan free subscription. Gila, itu berapa tuh? Berarti dapat sekitar 6,5 juta ya, gila hadiahnya. Jadi kalian jangan lupa untuk datang ke second meetings-nya, dan di sana kita akan belajar lebih in-depth lagi tentang Zyto. Dan untuk aku pribadi, Zyto ini ngebantu banget untuk aku ngembangin bisnis YL. Aku pakai Zyto kayaknya udah dari tahun 2016 ya, Zyto. I think I know you from 2015 or 16, Lubica, I forgot.
I think 2016, I think so, yes.
Ya, 2016, dan aku melalui Zyto aku tuh ketemu banyak banget orang yang tertolong, terus terang ya gitu, dan di situ aku juga jadi dekat dengan teman-teman autoimun karena Zyto ini bener-bener ngebongkarin sampai ke sumbernya. Dan buat teman-teman AI itu aku kayak ngerasa bener-bener apa ya, mereka tuh kayak nemuin way out banget gitu loh lewat Zyto gitu, bahwa secara energi mereka itu challenge-nya ini, secara energi mereka tuh butuh ini, yang kayak gitu-gitu. Dan apalagi mental emotional stress itu benar-benar kebuka banget di sana. Dan aku so happy, so grateful for Zyto. That's why I keep on recommending people to have one, karena benar-benar nolong banget, benar-benar teman-teman tuh nolong banget. Dan aku sih ngelihatnya kalau dalam yang living ya, itu hasilnya tuh benar-benar akurat gitu. Kayak kalau orang yang benar-benar di Zyto udah gitu keluar hasilnya dan benar-benar ngelakuin apa yang Zyto ini rekomend, oilnya itu benar-benar life changing banget. And I witnessed that kayak hampir setiap aku nge-Zytoin orang gitu. Jadi buat aku tuh kayak I'm so happy, I'm so grateful ada Zyto. Makanya aku pengen kalian semua belajar tentang ini because this is so cool. Dan kita mau belajar lebih lagi karena Zyto ini nggak gampang, memang it's not easy, right, Lubica, to use this one and to understand everything. But when you understand it, it's very worth it. It's very sangat apa ya? Maksudnya ini adalah sebuah ilmu yang sangat berharga banget untuk kalian pelajarin. Trust me, it's really really good. Gitu. Dan next, when is the second class? People asking. When is the second?
That's a great question. So we haven't decided about the time yet, but I think it will be sometime by the end of the month. And we'll send you all an invitation and information about the date and time.
Ya, mungkin waktunya nggak di BBC kali ya. Nanti kita soalnya kan agak kemalaman, maybe kita bisa shift ke agak sorean. Nanti kita akan kasih tahu lagi waktunya. So stay tune aja, ditunggu aja sebelum akhir Maret. Yes? Alright.
Stay tuned, yes.
More slides?
No, I just question and answers, but we did that. So yeah, I would just like to thank you all for your attention, and Anita, you for organizing this and having me. It really is a pleasure every time I have a chance to speak to you and your team, and I hope that I will see you all very soon in Indonesia. I love Indonesia, so I can't wait to travel there soon.
So kita tunggu aja kehadirannya Lubica di Indonesia sama Dr. Cook juga. Mudah-mudahan September semua ini udah selesai, jadi bisa datang. Dan ya udah gitu. Jadi yang mau beli Zyto bisa langsung email ke Lubica aja. Terus kalau misalnya kalian mau refer temen juga untuk dapetin referral bonusnya, silahkan langsung refer ke Lubica. Terus kalau ada pertanyaan juga boleh. Apalagi tuh, udah pokoknya begitu ya. Thank you for joining, Lubica. Thank you so much for your time and your efforts for all of us. We really appreciate you and hope to see you again in Jakarta, and we're gonna have durian party.
Oh, I can't wait. I love durian. I bet durian is great for your immunity. And that's what we need to improve right now, right? So yes, by the way, everyone, please be safe and healthy and use oils and boost your immunity right now at these weird times. We have to work on that.
Yes. Thank you, Lubica. I'll see you next
Thank you.
time.
See
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.